Back in 2009, Assassin's Creed 2 was the little game that could. Ezio Auditore's Tale of Revenge was in many ways the perfect sequel, delivering on the promise hobbled by AC1's obsession with bench sitting and earwigging. But 2 games later, does the series have more up its sleeve than a hidden blade? Find out as we review Assassin's Creed Revelations. Assassin's Creed Revelations follows on from the slightly sobering events of Brotherhood's End. Main man Desmond Miles' mind has cracked from one too many ancestral memories. Locked in an Animus safe mode, he has to finish up the stories of Ezio and Altair before he can return to his body. The main bulk of the plot follows aging Italian Ezio as he travels to Constantinople to track down 5 keys to a hidden library in the old assassin stronghold at Masyaf Castle. There, Ezio gets embroiled in the ongoing struggle between the Ottomans, Assassins and Byzantine Templars, a conflict which could change the fate of the world should the secrets of Altair's library be uncovered. The heavy focus on finding the keys means the story lacks the punch of previous outings. Revenge is a fuel hard to match, and this elaborate fetch quest isn't up to the task. If the overhauling gameplay from AC1 to 2 was massive, then the changes since Brotherhood have only been incremental, so it's lucky then that AC2 nailed it. If you joined Ezio for his jaunt around Rome, then you'll quickly get into the groove here. Exploration, combat and overall structure hasn't changed a heck of a lot. Distraction levels too are as high as ever, with your map teeming with tiny icons. Between recruiting assassins to your guild, renovating the city and liberating districts from Templar control, you'll be hard pressed to make it from one end of the map to the other without heading off on some tangent. Even if there's not a great deal of evolution in terms of gameplay, there are still some new things worth getting excited about. Top of the list is Constantinople itself. Haters may argue that if you've seen one rooftop, you've seen them all, but there's a distinct new flavour to traversing this expansive city. Whether it's zipping along above buildings using your hook blade and a conveniently placed wire, or dangling from a minaret and enjoying that almost painted-on skyline, Constantinople feels a world away from the cities of Italy. Other new features include the ability to craft bombs, which, like most things in Assassin's Creed, lead to many a misadventure in slipshod stealthing. Even as a device designed to distract, bombs have a tendency to cause a scene, so the most carefully laid plans tend to end with Ezio standing amongst a pile of ex-Templars. But despite the game falling into overly familiar patterns, there are some standout moments that deserve recognition. There's a light dusting of cinematic magic throughout the story, especially in the Masyaf crypts with burning boats, crumbling caverns and puzzling tombs spicing up the tiring formula. This more than makes up for the fact that Altair is utterly underused and treads up and down the same path in every single section.
And then what?
Then I find Manuel Paleologos.
Over on the interwebs, the multiplayer has returned in full force. Ubisoft already had strong foundations to build on from Brotherhood's quirky take on the deathmatch mode, and rather than a full-on revamp, they've opted for a simple spruce-up. This time, the Cloak and Dagger killathons are made all the more compelling by a bevy of character customization options. Obviously, the idea of making your assassin stand out from the crowd is a bit oxymoronic, but the extra options in skill loadouts are much appreciated. After finishing up our time in the Animus with Ezio and Altair, our lasting memories are mainly fond ones. Sure, the tiring gameplay is thrown into greater focus by some genuinely brilliant missions, but all in all, Assassin's Creed Revelations is an assured sign-off for the 2 hooded historical heroes. Just don't expect anything particularly revelatory.